Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John, and today I'm doing something new. So usually every week I look for the new releases and I do new album releases, usually on like Friday, Saturday, and Sunday mornings. I already did 2 new releases this week so far, but there were so many other new releases. I decided to combine them all into one video because there were a lot of like albums that came out, but I thought like they were albums that were probably best if I just like mentioned them all in this one video. So I'm doing that. It's going to be like 5 albums and like 5 like mini reviews of albums released on February 12th, 2021. So I have some progressive rock, I got some classic metal, some straightforward heavy metal, and I have a gothic metal band. So stick around for the duration of the video. But before I start, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I upload every morning and I do album reviews, rankings, and more. And if you'd like to purchase any of these albums, I will be leaving my Amazon affiliate link in the video description. So the first album I'm talking about and band is called Ark of Life. So this is a progressive rock band, and they have, they're from members of the band Yes. So Billy Sherwood and John Davison. So the band also features various musicians who have played with the band Yes, at one point. And with that being said, you probably expect this band to sound exactly like Yes, but the answer is yes and no. But my first impression was they did sound a lot like Yes, but from like the early 80s, that like 90125 period. But they have some other songs that they're pretty cool. Has like more of like a modern progressive rock sound. There's a song called Talking with Siri. This has like a futuristic feel, a lot of like layered vocals and sounds and futuristic sounds. So if you like progressive rock, if you like the band Yes, I think this might interest you. So it's worth checking out. So that's pretty cool. Next is Joel Hoskra's 13. The album is called Running Games. So Joel Hoskra is the guitarist for Whitesnake and the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, and he's also played with Night Rangers. He also has his own band, and this is his second album. So the band is it has this classic metal sound, reminding me a lot of like Dio at times, and other times reminding me a little of like Whitesnake. So the opening track, Finish Line, it has a classic metal sound reminding me of like Dio or Judas Priest. The song Fantasy, that has more of like a throwback 70s sound. It reminded me a lot of like classic Rainbow. I like that song a lot. That was pretty good. The vocals did remind me a little bit of like David Coverdale. So if you like that type of sound, you might like this album. Next is Inglorious. We Will Ride, that's the name of the album. So Inglorious is a band fronted by Nathan James. So Nathan James sang for Trans-Siberian Orchestra and the Scorpions guitarist Uli John Roth. So this is a hard rock band, influences from like 70s hard rock, like Led Zeppelin, Deep Purple, Whitesnake, and I know what you're thinking. You're hearing like all these names coming up again, and it sounds exactly like the band I just talked about, like Joel Hoskra's 13, but no, it's a different band. They have a similar style. I think Inglorious might be like a little heavier. This band toured with the Dead Daisies, and you're noticing a lot of albums coming out this year. I mean, it's only February, but they do have that 70s rock sound. So hopefully this will be like the new trend of 2021. But this is a good album. I liked it a lot. It's the opening song starts out with a heavy classic metal riff. Nathan James has a powerful but like a melodic voice. One of the standout tracks is Medusa, and I think this track sounds a lot like 80s Whitesnake. And out of all of the albums that I talked about, I think this one sounds like the most like Whitesnake, but other than that, everything else does have this hard rock sound, and this is also a good album to listen to. So next is Durbin with The Beast Awakens. So this is a band fronted by James Durbin. So James Durbin was a contestant on American Idol season 10. And he didn't win. I think he came in like 4th place, but he later became the singer of Quiet Riot And he has this band, Durbin has his own band, and it's classic metal and influences from Judas Priest, like Iron Maiden and Dio. The lyrics are very like fantasy based, like Dungeons and Dragons. So this sounds a lot like power metal. The opening track, Prince of Metal, reminded me a lot of like Iron Maiden, something from like the Power Slave album. But the vocals were a little more reminiscent of like Rob Halford. Another song, Sacred Mountain, very like epic power metal sound, reminded me a lot of like Ronnie James Dio. And the track Necromancer, that had more of like that like European power metal sound. So if you like all of those genres, you'd probably like this. This is it's a little derivative, but if you like this type of music, definitely check it out. And the last band I'm talking about is Syrinea, with Riddles, Ruins, and Revelations. So this is a Norwegian gothic metal band. They've been around a while. It's their 10th album. So my first impression was they sounded like Rammstein, but with like the operatic female vocals. The first single, Addiction Number 1, was released back in December. It had like a gothic industrial sound. The second single, We Come to Ruins, that has like a lot of like layered guitars and like an electronic sound like that. There's some like male death vocals and operatic female vocals. So if you like that type of stuff, you like Nightwish or Rammstein, you'll probably like this band. Okay, let me know in the comment section if you have heard any of these albums or any of these bands, or any of these artists. So let's get a conversation going. Thanks for watching. I will be doing some new stuff during the week. So I have a Def Leppard ranking. I'm going to be doing that. A Saigon Kick ranking. And a couple of other things. So let's just see what this week brings. And as always, I will be recommending some other videos of mine. So they will be appearing here, which will be the 2 new releases that I put out on Friday and Saturday. Thanks for watching again. And I will see you in the next one.